Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this series, we're going to be making an app in code.org's App Lab. Okay, so you need to go to code.org, create an account. You need to be over 13 to use this site. Select that you're a student, and then come up to Create and App Lab. Okay. Now, in the first video today, we're going to create our GUI. Now, the GUI is our graphical user interface. Okay, essentially, like the visuals and the design of how the user interacts with the app. Okay. And then we'll add a little bit of code which allows us to navigate between all of our screens. Okay, so we're going to add a home screen, a simple game screen, and a score screen as well. All right. So once you've done that, it should look a bit like this. And we've got three main interfaces or environments we can work in. Okay, this is our code environment. Here we've got our design environment, and here, if we need it, is our data environment. But we're going to focus in this project just on the code environment and design. Okay. Let's come to design. That's really good practice to name everything that you do. Okay, so let's start by giving our project a title. It's Mr. Smith's app. Okay, pause the video here if you need to do that yourself as well. And press save. And again, the same with our first screen. So let's rename it from screen 1 to home screen. And just click off that. Again, pause the video at regular intervals if you want to work along with this with me as well. Okay. Now we're just going to add a few elements to our GUI. So we're going to add a title, some instructions, a couple of images, and a button as well to take us to the next screen. So to add text, we don't want a text input. We want a text area. Okay. Again, we'll give it a name. We'll call it game title, and let's call it Mr. Smith's Tappy Game. Okay. Later on, we can add different fonts, change our colors, add a border. Okay, but I'm just going to leave it as it is for now. Okay, we'll just make it a little bit bigger so we can see. Okay, and if you want to move things, just click and drag. We can resize it in the bottom right corner there. Okay, right. Next thing, let's do the same again. Let's add another text area, and we'll call it Game Instructions. And we'll say the instructions for the game will be added here later. So we'll actually add all the functionality of the game in another video. Let's add one more. We're going to add a new screen and call it score screen. And then gets once more score. Your final score will go. So let's add that in now. So we need to come now to our code environment. See at the top here, we're going to come to code. Okay, now it's really good practice and a little bit unnatural, but to actually talk out loud and almost talk to yourself, or what we call rubber duck coding. So if you've got a soft toy or a rubber duck, talk to it and almost explain in a natural language what you want it to do. Okay, so what we want to happen is say, again, in the event that, so actually we want to start with an event block. Okay, so in the event that this button here is pressed, do a thing. Okay, so again, we're going to hover over this if you can't remember, and this is called our play button. So we want to say, on the event that our play button is clicked, so that's already selected for us, what do we want it to do? We want it to go to the game screen. So we're going to come down to find, near the bottom, our set screen, and nest that in there. Okay, we want it to go to our game screen. So to recap, on the event that the play button is clicked, set the screen to game screen. Okay, let's just test that. Press run, press play, and there we go. Okay, there's the placeholder text. We know we're on the right page. Next thing, we're going to add a little bit more. We want to add our timer, and that's under control. And we're going to, again, drop it just underneath our set screen. Now, it's important to note that this digit here, okay, is in milliseconds. So at the moment, 1000 refers to 1 second. So let's call it 5 seconds instead. Okay. Now, what do we want to happen after 5 seconds? We want it to take it to our score screen. So what we need, again, is one final set screen block. So let's click and drag that here and set the screen to the score screen. So let's recap one more time. On the event that the play button is clicked, set the screen to the game screen, and then after 5 seconds, change it to the score screen. So let's try that one more time. Let's press our reset button. I'm going to press run and then press play. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now it changes to our score screen. Okay, so we've proved that it works. If it doesn't, it's always important to make just one change in your code at a time, then rerun it so that you can easily identify where your errors lie. Okay, fantastic. Okay, in our next video, we're going to add some more functionality and GUI to our home screen and our score screen as well, and actually get it to keep a log of our score as we progress through the game. So we're going to introduce some variables as well. But for today, you've made a really nice, pretty GUI, and you can always go back to it, maybe change your title, make sure you need to revert to the design mode if you want to maybe make it look a bit more fancy. Okay, see you in the next video.